Hello, my viewer. This is your show, Health Now, your friend in health. I'm glad to welcome you to this session. Our viewer, you have been very kind to us because of the feedback that you have been giving us. You have been following us on our social media. You have been requesting areas that you'd want us to come to your house and to come to where you are. Areas of need, areas where you really feel you have some areas, some difficulties that you need to know how to go about, how to navigate. And I'm here today to welcome you that we are going to take off together. And I would request you on the same breath that even as we go along, continue giving us feedback, continue talking to us, sharing with us more of areas that you'd want us to touch, that your life may be better. Because as I have said, Health Now Show is your friend in matters health, both physically and mentally. And we have gotten some feedback that you have requested that we bring medical doctors so that different conditions can also be addressed. We have taken that in, and in our future, very soon coming up episodes, we are going to have medical practitioners that are going to help us. However, in addition to that, we'll be looking at, for example, if we look at a particular health condition, for example, diabetes, we'll also be looking at what are some of the emotional issues that are related to it, so that when you are getting well and you are able to manage a particular condition or getting well health-wise, you also are looking at your mental health. Then in my practice, in my over 20 years of practice, I have encountered quite a number of individuals. Our viewer. Sometimes I ask myself, as a practitioner, as a psychologist, I ask myself, when I see my clients, most of them, or the individuals who come to my office, some of the individuals are being referred. I keep asking myself, we are getting referrals from schools, from families, from working places, and those individuals are referred for counseling, for help. And I pause and ask myself a question. How many of us are able to know I'll need help and refer myself to a counselor, to a therapist, for help in particular issues? And that is why I thought this session, I address some of the questions that would lead us to see and to help you, my viewer, to see areas that probably you may not have seen before. And so that if you're having issues that need to be addressed and you may not know they need to be addressed, after this session, we'll be able to see where you need to go to seek that help, when to seek that help, who seeks that help, and what is that help that we are seeking. So in this episode, I would want to answer 4 questions. And I will start by asking ourselves and addressing what is counseling. Because when we talk about mental health, when we talk about our health and challenges that we go through and issues that we pass through in this life, we ask ourselves, what is this help that we need? What is counseling? Counseling is a therapeutic relationship. Therapeutic, we know when we talk about therapy, we talk about healing, we talk about getting well, we talk about wellness. And this is what counseling is. It is a safe space for you and I, for us to be able to get to a place where we are well. We are operating in wellness. We are healthy mentally. What is this mental health that we are talking about? And what is this that we need? When we are sick in our bodies, for example, we have diabetes, what I had used before. We go to a doctor. We also go to a nutritionist. The nutritionist guides us on what we need to feed on so that we can become better. Our minds also gets unwell. And this is what we would take for counseling, for therapy, because therapy or counseling is a therapeutic relationship, is a healing relationship. It is a process. You, as my viewer, you have an issue and you'll be able to sit with a therapist, a counselor, and then you walk together in the journey of the issues that you're having. That is what we are saying is what counseling is all about, is help. You receive help to deal with the issues that you are going through. The second question that I want to address is, when do we seek this help? We seek help when we have gone through an issue. We are getting disturbed. It's an issue probably. You've lost a job, or you've lost a loved one through death. And there you are, or it is a divorce that you have experienced. And this is something that is really an issue to you. You realize that, and especially for issues to do with depression, which we'll be continuing to address as we go along in our episodes, if you find that you are thinking about this issue for 14 days, these are 2 weeks, if you find that that issue is nagging you, is disturbing you over and over, there are some changes in your behavior. You are sleepless, or you are sleeping too much. You are eating so little, or you are eating too much. And much is relative, because it may be that is the way you eat. But when you realize that there are some changes in your behavior, and it has taken 14 days or 2 weeks, then you realize that that is the time to seek help. You don't have to wait for the 14 days. Let me just come back to myself on that. If you realize that it is persistent, it is coming, even before you get to 14 days or to the 2 weeks, is the time to seek for help. We have addressed the what, we have addressed when. Who seeks that help? That's the other question that I want us to address. The person who seeks this help is a normal person going through issues in life. Nimesema hiyo polepole kwa sababu ni sisi wote. It is you and I. We are going through issues like what I had mentioned before. You are going through a difficult situation. You are sitting for an exam and you didn't do as much as you expected to do. You find that you have, for example, you have failed in that exam or in that paper that you're you are doing, then it is about going and seeking help. So who is that? It is for normal people. Counseling is for normal people that are going through issues in life. We are struggling so many things. During COVID, the time it was high, very high, in the 2020, there was a lot of issues. There was a lot of things that people were going through. Loss of livelihood, loss of loved ones, and the way even the barriers were being done at that time because of the restrictions that were there. Lockdowns, they made many people to go through a lot of emotional turmoil, a lot of emotional stress. And that is the person who will seek help. You and I. One time I was with somebody who was talking about going to see a therapist. And the person said, for me, I cannot go to a therapist or to a counselor because how when I their mind is like, even them, they are not really normal. That is why I said counseling is for normal people. You and I. And I want us to catch ourselves on the issues that I've talked about as to what counseling is all about and for who. So that when you realize that you are doing what I have mentioned earlier, then you say, this is the time to go for therapy. This is the time to go for help. So the last on the questions that I had mentioned is where? Where do we go to seek counseling, to seek help? We seek counseling from a trained professional. When we are sick on our bodies or in our bodies, we go to a doctor. And some doctors are specialists in their work. There are some who are urologists. There are some who are pediatricians. They are taking care of the children. They are different. They are gynecologists. We have different medical professionals. And for help, for our mental well-being, and for the mental issues, our mental health issues that we may be having, we go to a trained mental health professional. We have them. They are trained. For example, I am trained, and we have many out there. Go to a professional because they will know how to walk with you through the journey. When we get to that, we ask ourselves, why then do we need to have this? Why do we need to be healthy mentally? Why? What are some of the things that would make us to feel we need to live a mental health or like a whole being who is healthy, both emotionally, physically, and all-rounded? You are well and you're able to perform your duties the way you want to do. We'll take a break, and after this break, we're going to look at why mental health? Why should we be healthy? What are the benefits of being mentally well? And just we take a short break, and when we return, we'll look at the benefits of mental wellness. Stay tuned. Welcome back, my viewer. Before the commercial break that we had, we talked about this counseling and who needs help. And I talked about the benefits of going to seek counseling or to seek help. And I said, benefits of mental health wellness. When we are going through stress, when we are going through issues in life, developmental stages, we are having stress at work, we are having violence at home, we are not mentally healthy. We are not well. And when we are in that situation, when we are struggling in our workplaces, when we have somebody talking to us badly at home or in any other outlet or social places, we are not healthy. And what happens, especially in the workplaces, is that somebody misses a lot of days of work. And when some of them go to work, their production is low. They are not able to perform well. They are there. They are just walking around or even sitting in a corner because they are not having the energy. They are feeling low. They are having issues that they have unresolved issues, probably at home, probably at work. And they will keep on asking for permission, for example, from their supervisors, from their bosses, and they will say, I'm not well today. So if we are not healthy, our production at work, our performance at work is affected. So one of the benefits of seeking help when we are going through these issues is to improve our performance at work, at home, at school, or any other place. And our results, our production, our operations are better. We are happier people because we can perform in all the areas of our responsibilities. So when we are mentally well, we are more productive. And that's why I would encourage you as my viewer at this point that when you realize that your productivity, your results at your place of work or wherever else that you are is not as it's expected to be or has been before, this is the time you seek help so that your production can be better. The other thing that a healthier person, and when you're talking about our mental health, brings to the table is less days in hospital. I'll repeat that. Less days for hospital visits. We rarely now go to hospital. We know one thing. In Kenya, 1 out of 4 people who goes to hospital or to any health facility for just routine checkup or treatment for any other illness, 1 out of 4 has a mental health issue. Therefore, this will reduce the hospital or the health facility visit because we'll be healthier. And that time that we have used to go to hospital or to the health facility to seek interventions, to seek treatment, then we'll be putting that time into other better use. When we are healthy, we are happier people. When our mental state is better, we are happier people. And it will help us as we interact with other people. Our relationships are improved, are better. Because why? We are able to relate well. We are able to make informed decisions because there's nothing else hindering us or disturbing us in our way of doing things. When we are setting goals in life, we set goals to meet an objective, to go to where we want. We want to go to a destination. For example, you want to become a doctor. You are in school. You are in the university. You are in college. And you are aspiring. You are saying, when I grow up, as I go on with my academic life, I would want to become a doctor. When you are setting these goals, if your mental state is not well, you are not able to achieve those goals, those objectives that you set. So a mentally healthy person, individual, is able to accomplish, achieve their goals in life and all the set objectives that they want to get to meet. When we are also healthy, we are able, as I said now, we improve on our relationship and we are able to meet our goals. We are happier people. And when we are walking with the posture that says, this is a confident person. Because most of the time, even when we are going through a lot of stress, a lot of issues, they are kind of bugging us. They're still on our shoulders. We are heavily laden with a lot of issues. Even sometimes, with some people, even their posture changes. They will just walk sluggish, because they don't have what it takes, the energy to bring them to go ahead. So, our mental state is very, very important. When we are mentally healthy, we are able to face life challenges. We are able to meet failures and look at them as opportunities to move ahead in our lives. I always say, sometimes we fail and we really stay there, complain, wallow in self-pity. I failed this exam. My job was, and I'm not demeaning anything. These are real issues that we need to address. But sometimes we sit there and we get even depression. We get depressed because of that particular state. So when a failure comes, and this is human, the first thing is complain, talk about the way you've done wrong, blame yourself, blame others, and there you are. But when you are well, when you are mentally healthy, you're able to face your failures and you're able to say, next time I will do better. And then resources that you already have, you look at it and say, this situation that I have failed, what do I need to do? When I was in college, some many years back, I failed a paper. And as many of us will know, we call them supplementary or soups. And it actually put me down. It really put me down. Because I was telling myself, I am good in this course. I got a soup. I had to go and recite that paper, that unit. And when I sat for that, before I sat for that unit, I was telling myself, I will not fail again. And I remember the day I was being told that I failed that unit. I went and sat in the lecturer's office, and he started putting the pen, tapping the table with his pen. And I knew here there's something that is not right. And then that's the time he told me, Jane, you failed in this unit. So when I was preparing to recite, I went back and asked myself, what made me to fail. I faced my fears. I faced probably a possible discontinuation from my course, or probably repeating or going back for a whole year. And that's what I'm talking about. When a failure comes, when we fail in life, because failures will be there, we ask ourselves, we call ourselves to a meeting and ask ourselves, what do I need to do differently? That is a healthier person. And that is a person who will also get help through counseling. The other thing is that when we are mentally healthy and we are aware of what stresses us, we are easier in seeking help. We'll be able to know, this is what causes me stress. This is what is bringing me down. For example, you go to a place of work or to a school or to a college, and this person, every day, you know that ukifika kwa shule, ukifika kwa kazi, always they'll never see anything good in you. So what you need to do in your mind is to prepare that this person will never see anything good in me. But what about me? Ask yourself, what is it about me? What can make my life to continue? Because you may not control how the person behaves. And we always say, it is about you. It is about me. And that time you know what are the sources of your stress. In life we know there are people who will blame you for everything that you do. You dress like this, the person tells you, you needed to dress like this. You walk like this, you are told, you walk like you're given a comparison. There are people who are called blamers on this face of our earth or this face of our planet. And they will always live with us. So getting to know what are the sources of your stress. And that way you'll be able to seek help to address these issues. When we have looked at all that, when we have looked at our stressors, when we are looking at those people that are around us and the issues that are there, we will be knowing, for me to deal with this difficult situation in my life, for this probably a stage in life that I need to navigate or to go through, it is about awareness, being self-aware. This year, my friends, and this month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And Health Now Show, we are coming to tell us and to share with you tips like I have done, and we will continue doing in our upcoming episodes, that we need to be aware of our mental health state. The theme for this year is Together for Mental Health. Together, you and I, together with your family, together at your workplaces, together at any other social place. We are saying in this show that we'll go out and talk about it. Talk about where you need to seek help, what you need to see, where you feel you need help, issues that you need to address, and then you say, I want to live a healthier life, a healthier individual, a healthier individual, so that you are able to move and perform at your best in all your life areas, all aspects of your life, you are able to live well. Together for mental health. This month of May, we are saying together in the Health Now show, together for mental health. The color of mental health awareness is color green. And I decided to also be the way I am, to really be in solidarity, together for mental health wellness. We'll keep on going on and having other episodes, as I've said earlier, that are really going to pass this information. And I would request our viewer, talk about it. Because one of the things that make us not to talk about it is the stigma that somebody is sick, somebody is mad. No, we are talking about it so that we can help as many people as we can. You can get in touch with us on +254 404 200. +254 114 404 200. Until next time, bye for now. Thank you.